Hello, my YouTube friends. Thanks for joining in tonight. Thank you guys for joining in the Audio Master Show. We appreciate each and every one of you as always, man. Thank you guys for joining in. Ah, man, we got a lot of great stuff as always. You guys know the deal, man. Thank you guys. Thank all of you, man, for hanging out here on the Audio Master Show. It is Saturday night. Whoa. Late night, Saturday night at the Audio Master Show. Thank you guys for hanging out. Just go ahead and ease on back, get you some popcorn, fix you a little toddy, whatever it takes to ease on back and relax, man. Whew, what a hard day today, man. It was such a hard day. I wanted to talk about something that perhaps you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, the insanity is so close to home, correct? Oh, you guys know the deal, man. You guys know the deal. The madness with audio cables. Oh my gosh, as much as we love those big cables and whatnot, and gets our sound to and from our sources that we need to go from, uh, it's such a beautiful thing, man. Now we have Bluetooth, okay? Bluetooth, we have that. It's out now. And here's the deal with Bluetooth, man. You're not connected. It is a signal, it is a frequency that's picked up. And, there, you can run into a lot of interference and whatnot. So, is it really, are we really ready to get rid of our cables? Oh, the madness at our fingertips, man. I know they've been at my fingertips for at least probably, if I had to guess correctly, it would be fair to say, as your attorney would say, it would be fair to say that probably about 30 years now that I've been dealing with cable madness. You guys know the deal. If you have a studio or even if you play guitar, man, you know the issues with cables, man. Either they're jacked up or they make noise or they make hum or there's some kind of ground problem or whatnot going on inside them. Or even if they're great working cables, here's the deal, it's still a cable. And y'all know the deal with cables, man. When you got a recording studio, how many cables do you have in your studio? I was going back through my things back there. As you guys know, I've been going through my boxes and whatever, and I have got a ton of cables that I need to deal with, fold up, and separate and reorganize as to what cables I want and what cables I don't. But how many of you guys get in the studio and tell me you don't deal with this rerouting? Okay, I know you reroute things. I know those cables get twisted up from time to time, and you always have to, untwist them, untangle them cables, whatnot, and just organize your cables. And even if you have a place on your wall or a place for your cables to hang, it doesn't matter. It's a cable, and it always needs to be messed with, man, jacked with. Yeah, man. So I was thinking about that tonight. I was thinking about all the years and all the time that I've spent in the studio rerouting cables, moving cables, wrapping up cables, tie twisting cables, hiding cables, pulling up cables behind your desk, tie wrapping them up so they're not dangling everywhere. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about, man. The issue with cables. And are we ready to really go full steam with Bluetooth? And if so, if we ever approach that day to where we're all of us are 100% confident in going Bluetooth the whole way, will they ever buy back our cables at full cost, at full value? Man, we got tons of money in cables. Think about it. I know just that you can spend $100 easy on a good microphone cable. You can drop $200, 250, $300 on mic cables. And, wouldn't it be nice to be reimbursed for all those cables and all the labor and time that we put in rolling those things up? Just think about all those roadies, man, that would hit the road and actually hook up all that gear and stuff on stage. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about, man. All the time and effort and sweat and blood you guys poured out wrapping up those cables, and to the point of insanity, right? Yeah, man. I remember there was one time in my old, not my last studio, but the studio before that, which was my friend's studio, and we would go over there and do a bunch of recording and whatnot. And I just remember this studio. This was back when there was reel to reels, and everything was taped back then. And I just remember all those patch bays and all those cables everywhere. It just seemed like constantly before we could even start rehearsing, it was always moving those cables around and reorganize. And Tom would get in the studio and actually just spend hours, a half a day of our time, moving cables and make sure. And it just seemed like it never failed back then that we always had to deal with a bad cable. There was a bad cable for some reason that got in the mix, and I don't know what it was, man. Now we had plenty of connectors and that you can. I mean, connectors you never even, couldn't even name. We had all kind of connectors, but we had all kind of different cables too, man. It was such a drag, man. The cable world, right? The cable guys. We're the cable guys because we deal with more cables than they can actually make. Us, us engineers and musicians, we deal with more cables than they can actually put out there, right? It's fun, man. But here we are on a Saturday night. We got a lot of great things going on. I've got some great interviews that are coming up, man. Whew, I'm so pumped about that. It's such a neat thing to get different people in and ask them what they're doing in their world, and interviewing them and seeing what they're doing in the studio and how they're recording and what they're using. And for all you musicians out there who is actually playing and have tunes and what, and have traveled around and toured around the world, we're going to be doing interviews with you guys too as well. So, man, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, which should be right down snare, like a snare, just hit that button, man, slam it, and slam that bell out of the park, man. Get you a grand slam tonight. Ah, and join on in because you don't want to miss out, man. We got a lot of cool stuff going on at the Audio Master Show. But you know what? Hey, I wanted to thank each and every one of you sincerely for hanging out here and being a part of the Audio Master Show, because without you guys there is nothing, and it's you guys that are the stars. You guys are the stars, and so you make this all happen for us. And I did want to mention again, and I'm going to say it and say it again, as we build the Facebook group, which is you can go to your group section on your Facebook, and most of us have a Facebook page, but you can go to your Facebook group and there's a group section, and you type in that section Audio Master, and you will find us there. And this is a great hub for many musicians at all levels, and engineers at all levels, and producers at all levels, that we're coming together and we're sharing our information and our knowledge, and we're connecting in a way that we're creating friendships. And it's just a beautiful thing to see it all come together. So if you haven't joined the Facebook group, go do so, man, because it's a really cool place. Come get hooked up with us, man. Come join in and start sharing your music and start sharing what you're doing so we can all participate, man. It's a really, really cool thing. It's something that a lot of people aren't doing on YouTube, and we're doing it, man, right here. We're connecting, and what a great thing. So we got songwriters, we got guitarists, we got horn players, we got engineers, we got producers. And so what a neat thing that we're all coming together, right? And we got this great hub. And I'm going to be doing some cool, cool interviews on some great musicians coming up here real soon. And it's a beautiful thing to actually find out, how they got started, and what was it that made them fall in love with music and start writing music and stuff. And so what a cool thing that we can actually have some documentaries and do some documentary stuff that'll last the test of time and actually, be out there even after we're long gone. You guys, the next generation or whatever, are going to be able to listen in on some great interviews that I'm going to be doing on some fabulous artists who have so much color and character about them, who's toured around with major groups, Toto, and just all kind of great musicians out there. So it's a neat thing that they're all joining the Audio Masters show. It's been kind of a little slow at first, and but I really feel like it's one of those snowball things that's going to take effect. And as we creep over that hill and start going down the hill, it's just going to get massive, and that ball is just going to continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger until it's so big that it's unstoppable, and then it just keeps on going and going and going. And that's what we want, man. Because here's the thing: we can never learn it all, and it's always great. When I was a kid, my dad used to tell me, I didn't know what it meant. I was just a kid, but he would say to me, "Son, it's not what you know, it's who you know." And I was like, "Well, okay, yeah, yeah, Dad, whatever." But it's who you know, right? So look, if we can create this Facebook group who all these people come together, and this person might know this person might know this person might know this, but if we can come together, you never know who's going to be able to help you out. And that's what it's about, man. It's about lending an open ear and an open hand at times and helping other people out, man. And that's how we grow, and that's how people get from point A to point B. Not what you know, sometimes it's who you know, right? So that's what we want to do on our Facebook group, man. So go ahead and join on up, man. We want to have you. We want to have every one of you. You're all important here. So, man, it's Saturday night, and it just feels great to be on here, man. I feel real good. I'm excited about having you guys on the show, and I hope and continue to that you guys continue to join in because, like I say, man, we got some great review interviews coming up, and you don't want to miss out, man. It's just a really neat thing to interview different people who are on completely different levels, some of the playing field than us at times. And it's neat to see, where they're at in their life and what they're doing in the music business, and their hopes and dreams and what they want to achieve and whatnot. So it's a really, really cool thing. And I'm excited to be able to be a host to these people and to have them on the show, man. It's just a really neat thing. So here we are at Audio Master, and I've got the new T-shirts coming out, and they're really, really cool, man. They're neon yellow on a black T-shirt, man. You don't want to miss out on them. I gave out all the last run that I had, and so the new ones, man, you're going to be able to purchase them right here on the Audio Master Show. And everybody needs an Audio Master T-shirt, man. If you like recording, mixing, or mastering, or just being in the studio, man, look how hot they are, man. Really, really cool, really nice. It's this tri blend material that is super, super stretchy, and so it's just a neat shirt. I don't think I've ever really knew what that was at first, what a tri blend shirt was. I always just most of my t-shirts that I ever bought in the past just seemed to be 100% cotton, you know, and they weren't stretchy at all. And so, in fact, they were real kind of boxy. You buy those t-shirts and they just go straight down on the sides, real kind of boxy, and then there was always too much material, and you either had to tuck it in, and then you had these little saddlebags that hung over if you did tuck it in, and then it looked weird if you tucked in your t-shirt. It's just not something you really want to do with a t-shirt. You don't want to have to tuck in your t-shirt, and so it looked goofy if you tucked in your shirt when it was a t-shirt. And but they've got this tri-blend stuff now that kind of pretty much stops at the waistline, right around the top of the button area or a little bit below there, and then it stretches. So, you don't have to worry about all this extra material on your body, right? So anyway, we love We love the Audio Master t-shirts. Thank you so much for Eric for doing such a great job. Um anyway, I was checking this. People my phone blows up whenever I get on here and I start doing a live video on here. So it never fails. I get a lot of my subscribers instead of going on the description down there and typing in this little section up here. Hang on a second, guys. I'm gonna try something real quick. But instead of everyone going up here, I hope this didn't kick my audio out. Let's see if it did. Hang on, guys. I'll paste that there. I'm gonna send this here, and then I got to go back here and make sure my audio is still connected. Sorry about that. Yeah, it looks like my audio is still connected in there. So anyway, I just put in a link here, and if you guys want to join me, you can join me on the show, man, the Audio Master Show. I put a little link in there, and if you want to just click on that and get in with me, you can. If you don't, if you want to just send me private messages, that's cool. I dig it. But here's the thing: when you send your private message to me on the phone, and I'm doing a live video, I can't chat back with you. It would just be rude if I'm just sitting there all day on my phone texting you guys. So anyway, we appreciate you here at the Audio Master Show as always. But those dead gum cables, man, aren't they just a hassle? Are we going to get past cables, and we're going to get to be able to enjoy Bluetooth in a way that we is reliable, and we won't have to worry about frequency interference, other frequencies, frequency hum, too far out of range. I think about that, but then I think about the iPhone. I think about how I can be many, many, many miles away from those towers, and yet I'm still able to pick up a great signal uh, from from here to Timbuktu. It doesn't matter. It's the clarity is there and everything. So I guess perhaps we might be at this level with Bluetooth on our monitors. I know you can get monitors now that are Bluetooth with speakers and whatnot, and even your guitars and whatnot. They've had that for a while. It seemed like I had a wireless guitar device back in the 80s. I want to say around 87 or 88. I had I can't remember which one made that I had. Was it Nady or there's one of them I had. But anyway, it was a wireless. It was on a frequency. You plugged you plugged one end to your guitar, and you strapped the little device on your strap, and then you had another piece that actually sat over there by your amplifier with an antenna, and so you could run around on stage and not have to deal with a cable. So the one that I had seemed to work really good back then. So I mean, I'm just kind of thinking on the more on the recording side of things. Going from your preamps, going from your let's just say your microphone too, going from your microphone to your preamp, and then from your preamp to your compressor, out of your compressor to your interface. Are they going to be able to have anything like that someday where it's all Bluetooth and we don't have to worry about, let's just say you bought a preamp and then you bought a compressor, which was a different name brand. And then you dialed in the frequency with the two, and they married up together, and so that it would all be Bluetooth on that same frequency, and that would work, wouldn't it? I don't know. It's just a brainstorm idea, and perhaps they've already thought of that, and perhaps they even already have that. I don't know. But wouldn't that be nice to run your compressors and your preamps on Bluetooth as well, and then you wouldn't have to worry about cables at all and all that cable madness that goes with it, right? It's such a crazy thing that we have to still deal with that. But who would have thought years ago that we would be talking on iPhones for many, many, many miles, across the world to each other by an iPhone and a tower, and these towers, I guess, move the signal or whatever. But who would have thought that, man? It seemed like I watched this old Elvis Presley movie at one time, and Elvis pulls up to this gas station, which his dad owned, and he drives up in his hot rod car, and he goes up there to get a burger or whatever. And the old man at the filling station is filling his car up, and then as he's filling his car up, he hears a phone ring, and then he finds Elvis at the burger stand and says, "Hey, is that your car out there? I could have sworn I heard a telephone." And Elvis says, "Yeah, that was my car." And he said, "Yeah, that was the phone you heard." And he laughed and he said, "It must be a long cord." So, back isn't that funny how much we progressed in time as far as advancements in electronics and stuff. And now we have a little bitty phone like this. And at one time we used to talk through phones like this. So we went from this and a cord. This used to hang on the wall with a nice rotary type dial. We'd have to dial things with this nice rotary thing, and it had the numbers around, and you would dial 755 4 3 6 7, and this was it, and it was attached to a cord, and you would stretch it out across the room and talk on this thing, and this is how we used to communicate. And then it would leave here, leave your phone, and go outside to a cable, which ran up to your telephone pole. And from that telephone pole, they still have telephone wires, and they'd be stretched for miles and miles and miles across many, many highways. And now they're just called landlines, but they're still out there, and people still have them. But look how far we've advanced to something like this. So now we can get on the internet on our phones. If something we want to look up or whatever, we can look up on our phone. If we need information, we can look up on the internet, and we can text on our phone. We have all these other. We have Snapchat on here. We have Instagram on here. What else do we have on here? And we got all these different things that we can get in our phone and play games, and I don't know. So you got your clock in here, you got photos in here, you got video in here, you have Facebook in here, you have the weather in here, you have maps in here, and pinpoint location. So you got your I don't know, all kind of things in here, man. It's just that's just the beginning of it. You have Instagram, you have Pinterest, you have I don't know, even fitness stuff. You can put in like apps, all these different apps. So I have my Fitness Pal in here. And what I can do is actually go to wherever I'm eating and type in I'm at, I don't know, Subway or whatever, and then type in what I'm eating at Subway, and it'll tell me how many calories it is, how much protein it is. If I add honey mustard, how many calories that is. It'll just calculate it all up for you, man. Isn't that crazy? How far we've gone in advanced in electronics? It's just insane, right? So on my phone, I actually have dB meters too, so I can actually hit this dB meter right here and tell you how loud it is in here and what I'm actually what the volume level's going on. It'll record it, date and everything. So you can watch it jump around. Isn't that neat? So I got dB meters in here. This is what I use though whenever I go to mixing my tracks. I'm always using my dB meter. So there's so much that we can do with our smartphone, right? A really, really neat thing, man. It's a beautiful thing, how far we've progressed and moved in our advancements in audio recording. So that was the thing I really wanted to talk about tonight was the craziness, the insanity at our fingertips all the time with cables and strapping up cables and moving cables, and all you poor roadies out there that move amplifiers and all the stuff and hook up cables, and then after the show you got to tear everything down and move all that recording equipment and wrap all those cables back up to perfection, store it all back up, and put it on the 18 wheeler, man, and then off to the next show and do it again and again and again and again. You talk about insanity and madness, man. You know, it's enough having to do it in your studio, much less do it on the road. So we're going to see where the future heads us with the Bluetooth, and we're going to see if they're going to do a buyback on these cables someday. Wouldn't that be nice, right? So what are you guys up to, man? I've got people typing in and hitting me up. But what are you guys up to? What you guys I really want you guys to try to um I know a lot of you have been sending a lot of your stuff to the Facebook group, and that is so cool to have you guys on the Facebook group, man. Because you're sending in your music and everything. We appreciate that. We really do. And I'll tell you why, because it's actually the more people that do it and the more people that actually put their music and on the Facebook group, the more people feel more comfortable about doing it. And here's the thing. You never know who's actually watching in and wants to participate, and who wants to reach out to you and lend you an open ear and an open hand, man. So that's just the cool thing about this channel that we got going on at Audio Master. So, man, have you been in your studio lately? If you haven't, I want to encourage you tonight to get in your recording studio. I'm actually after hours, and after we close down, I am going to get into my Voice Live box that Mark actually sent me to do some tracks with on the vocals. So I'm actually going to get on here tonight, man. Excuse me, I need to get something to drink. Oh, wow. Really, really good. Good, good, good. So I'm gonna get on here tonight and actually do some tracking after I leave, and actually lay down some vocal tracks tonight. I'm excited about doing that. It's been a while since I've been doing some tracking myself, because I've just been doing a lot of videos and sharing my time with you guys here on the Audio Master Show. So many cool things to talk about, and with all these with all these people that are going to be coming in that I'm going to be interviewing, I've kind of been at my own pace and my own time, jotting down different things I want to ask them as to opening up, and just different questions that'll make them feel, not uncomfortable, and pretty much just let them have the platform and head on with it. So there are a few questions that I do want to ask, key questions, and kind of keep it in somewhat check bait. Uh, that way, it just, the conversations just don't get too far out of hand, and we can kind of keep it moving on and keep it going forward. So there's a lot to learn with that, but I'm going to do my best to try to give these people a good interview and make them feel comfortable. They are going to be in their own home. And so, I'll be in my studio, and they're going to be in their, um, private room at their house. And so, but here's the thing, it's going to be on this be live. So part of the screen will be me, and the part of the screen will be them. And then you guys are going to be able to watch in and see the two of us hanging out and, just doing the interview. So it's a really cool thing. I really like this be live. It's a cool thing. I do highly recommend, if you do any of your videos on YouTube, that you go ahead and get the upgrade from Be Live, because it seems to just work and perform a lot better than the free Be Live, and it gives you some more things to use and tools and whatnot. So it's worth it. If you're going to be doing a lot of videos, and you're going to be doing videos where you're going to have people come in and y'all can both live stream together. Check it out, man. It's called Be Live, and it's been working for me, and I haven't had any hiccups yet with it. So it's kind of a cool thing. But hang on a second, y'all. I also have the Shure microphone coming in. It is the Shure 55, and it did arrive here in my hometown, but it wasn't delivered today. So I'm assuming it probably won't go out on Sunday tomorrow, but it'll probably arrive here Monday. So although we are going to do another show tomorrow, I'm not going to be able to do the unboxing for the Shure microphone. Now, the Shure 55, I did at one time have the old vintage Shure 55 microphone that I loved. That 55 mic really, really sounded great on just about every vocalist that I put in front of it. But here's the thing: they came out with the Shure. I want to say it's the 55 SH, and that's the one that I have coming in. And they came out with this microphone many years later and reproduced this microphone. I don't know or have any inclination of how this thing sounds. I did do my research. I did look at the reviews, a bunch of reviews at that, not just one or two, but all of them. And I did look at the frequency response, the dimensions of it, the weight of it, all that other good stuff, and it appears to be a beautiful microphone. And so I got to looking at the prices, and it was like $179 or whatever on Amazon. And so I'll put a link down there below if you guys are interested in just checking it out. Just check out, and if you're interested in a new microphone, it may be one that you might want to put in your studio as well. So I'm gonna put a link down there on that, and you can click on that. I did want to say if you do buy through Amazon, I am affiliated. I don't put everything down there, but if you click on it and you buy it, it'll give me some bonus cookies. I don't know how or whatever, but it will. And but I'm gonna put a link down there on it. And so yeah, check it out. It's gonna be. I think it's a really good microphone, man. And so I'm gonna do an unboxing on it Monday. So Monday, you guys tune in. You don't want to miss out, man. I'm gonna do the unboxing on that Shure 55 and show you some really, really good close-ups of it. I'll probably take that mic and do something like this, with it, and let you guys see that Shure 55 microphone really, really close, like this one. And then, so I'll be, talking about it, holding it in my hand. And then I'm going to do, actually, after I undo the unboxing, I'm going to do another video on it. And I'm actually going to be talking through it as I'm doing the video with you guys. And we're going to be discussing, what it sounds like, man. What it sounds like going through just a normal type mixer, an entry level mixer, and then we're going to be talking about what it sounds like going through a high end preamp and compressor. So anyway, I love doing microphone unboxings and reviews and whatnot on that because a lot of people really don't know. There's so many different microphones out there, and they're all really cool, to be honest with you. But they don't know really what to get. I mean, their friend might have a Shure SM58 or 57 in the studio, or maybe that's the microphone that they're used to singing with on stage in a live performance. But they really don't know actually what a good microphone is to purchase for recording. And so I wanted to show you. I was digging through a bunch of my old stuff, cables, basically going through cables because they're everywhere. And I'm digging through one of my cable boxes in the back, and look what I found. This is the unidentified microphone. I have no idea what kind of microphone this is. I did plug it up. It does have a little hum to it. Let's see if we can get it to work. Let me turn this one away. We're going to see if we can get this one to work. Looked like it had a little sticker right there that needs to come off. But I'm not sure what kind of microphone this is, y'all. Check it out, man. It's kind of a cute little thing. I don't even know how I ended up with it. It probably, as you guys know, I love microphones. And at one time, I had all the vintage microphones from the Electro Voice, the Turners, and the Shures. So I had, dating back from the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. And so I had all those old cool microphones. But this apparently was one that I didn't get rid of that got thrown in a box. that I've forgotten that I had. I don't even know what it is. It appears to be some cheap microphone. It has a quarter-inch jack on the other side. So I'm really not sure what, direction it is, if it's Omni or, figure eight or whatever. I'm looking through it. I don't really see anything in there, but it kind of looks like an old ribbon microphone. This turns back and on the yoke, and you can tighten this up. You know, kind of put it at a different angle there or whatever. Kind of a neat little. I'm gonna clean it up. If it works, I don't know. I might even do a talk through. Let's see if we can get it to work. Let's see what it sounds like, man. Okay, this is the Shure SM7B. I'm gonna turn this one around. Check, check, check. Now you can't hear it. I'm gonna turn this one up. See if it don't hum. See if it don't set on fire. I don't even know if it works. Hello. Hello. Check, check, check. Hello. Hello, my YouTube friends. Thanks for joining in tonight. Well, it seems to be working. It does have a little hum to it. I wonder if that's a little ground problem thing. I wonder. Let's turn around. So I am at 45 degrees off axis, and it still seems to be working. Now I'm completely around on the back side of it, so it may be a figure eight, which I doubt it. It's probably omnidirectional capsule in here. Now I'm on the side again. Sounds to be just as loud. So this is probably check, check. Yeah, this is an omnidirectional mic. Notice how when I get close, the proximity effect don't work. So there's no difference in bass response from here to here. It still sounds the same. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Yeah, there's some kind of ground thing going on. It is a little quieter right there, but it does seem to work. Seems to be pretty cool, man. It's got a thin sound to it, doesn't it? But it's kind of neat to run across little surprises like this that you've forgotten about that you had. Like I say, I don't even know how this ended up in my cable box, but it did. But it looks pretty cool, doesn't it? It's chrome, and I'd say it's probably 7 inches long and probably 1 inch in diameter and width. But maybe it's just maybe if I change the cable out, it would get rid of that hum. There is a hum. Uh oh. There is a hum. Right there, it's a little quieter. But that's not bad, man. Like I say, I don't know where I got this mic at. I found it, but I don't know how it ended up in my cable box. Seems to work. It is an omnidirectional microphone. We did figure that out. But I wonder if I put like maybe not a bigger cable, but maybe an XLR on the other end of it. It'll get rid of that hum sound. But I'm gonna show it to you up close, so you guys can look at it up close. Let me turn this back around and talk through this. Boy, this one sounds so much better, doesn't it? The Shure SM7B sounds so much better. No hum, nice and big and beautiful. But look, this is this old mic, man. It's kind of cool though. It's got a little tape, little glue, like sticky residue stuff on it, but that could be cleaned up. And it looks pretty cool, doesn't it? I don't know, man. It's neat kind of running across little surprises like that though. I love microphones, and whenever I was digging down at the bottom of the box, I seen this down there. I was like, "What the heck is that?" And I uncovered it with all the other cables that was just in the box. I was like, "Man, that's a microphone there, man." So I pulled it out and plugged it in, and look at there, man. We got a microphone. Like I said, I don't know what kind of mic this is. If it's some Chinese mic or where it came from or whatever, but I ended up with it, and I'm glad I lost it, because otherwise I would have probably gotten rid of it with the rest of my mics. So I'm glad I still got it, man. It's one of those little jewels, hidden jewels, man. So I'll probably see if I can't fix this cable here and get it to sound a little better now that I know it's an omnidirectional microphone. And so, what a cool little thing, man. It's probably from China or something like that, Chinese microphone. But the chrome, like I say, it's pretty heavy. It probably weighs, if I had to guess, I don't know, 3 ounces maybe. So it's a pretty heavy microphone. And you can, I don't know if you can see it, but you can see right through that grill. But look at that chrome. It's shining like that, man. It's real chrome on there. And it's just a neat, cute little mic, man. I don't know. We kind of need to get another cable on it, right? And to see if it sounds better. And if it does sound better, heck, man, I'll put it up here one night and actually do a video, do a YouTube video using it. But it's got a little spring back here. And like I say, this yoke thing, you can loosen up right here on the sides and you can move the microphone back and forth. Here, let me try to get it where you can see. So you can move the mic, pitch it different, right? What's going on, Steven? How are you doing, man? Use that mic to capture and bounce off the floor 7 feet in front of the drum kit. Throw a heavy compressor on it and tuck it under the drum mix. I know, man. Isn't that bad to the bone? I mean, I can't believe I found this mic, Steven. As you know, I got rid of a lot of my old vintage microphones because I had to. And then I was digging through tonight's post is about cables and the madness with cables, and you know the deal. It's a never ending battle, always rolling up cables and patching new cables, and just goes on and on. So I was doing a talk about that tonight because I was cleaning up in my other back room all the cables and just going through all that stuff. And I found this mic at the bottom of the box, man, and said, "Shoot, I want to plug it up and see if it works, man." And it does. So it is omnidirectional. I figured that out. At first, I was thinking it was like a figure eight thing going on because I was talking this way and this way, but it's omni. It's all the way around. And I think the capsule. It's hard to see, Steven, but I think the capsule is like right down there, facing up. So I know it does look cool, don't it, man? It's all freaking chrome. It's real chrome. It's heavy. It's a heavy little mic. If I had to guess, Steven, I would say 1 inch. So it's 1 inch in width, and then the yoke with the yoke on it and the screws. If I had to guess, it would probably be 2 inches with the yoke, or an inch and a half. I don't know. I hadn't put a tape measure on it, man. But it does look cool, doesn't it? I don't know. Maybe it's some kind of Chinese mic. Definitely put an X on. I know. Here, I'm gonna show you the end of it. I'm gonna show you this end right here, Steve. It's 1/4 inch. So this is the end, and you can look here and see this. This is kind of wiggling around a little bit, so it's probably not even soldered good in there, man. You know what I mean? The connection is probably not even good, but it's got that 1/4 inch on there. And I was thinking, if anything, now the cable feels, it definitely feels like a microphone from the '60s, just by the color of the cable, that gray, and just the feel of it. It feels like some old headphones that I had at one time that came from the '60s. Um, but it's kind of a little stiff and a little rigid. Okay. But I don't know if the cable, I'm just thinking maybe the XLR, just put an XLR on it first and see how that works. Do a good job on my soldering, and then see if that kind of cleans it up a little bit. But yeah, man, I'm excited to see what happens with this. It's a cool little dude, man. I don't know. I don't know. It was just a neat little find. One of those little finds you're like, oh wow, where did that come from? So I love running across stuff like, especially when it's microphones. So how was your trip, man? Did you have a good trip? Are you back? I want to get you on, man. That's a good vintage America. Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was a vintage cable, man. You know, the color kind of gives it away. You know what I mean? I had some seven. Was it the 676s? Yeah, it was the 676s Electro Voice that Jim Morrison, his famous mic. He said, I actually had two of them, and when I got them, they came with a cable this color. But it was a weird thing. It had XLR on this end, but it was a female. It wasn't males on the end of it. They were both females. Recording. I'm back. Oh, good. You're back. Hey, man. I tell you what, you want to do a show tomorrow night? Let's do a show if you want to, man. Come hang out with me, dude. It'll be fun, man. I don't know what your schedule's like, man, but I'm free. I would love to do it. Let's get you on and talk about some of that cool gear or whatever you want to talk about, man. Let's hang out. It'll be fun. But I was checking out your pictures, man, and I tell you what, Florida is just rocks, doesn't it? It really, really does over there. The fishing, you know, you're always gonna catch fish, and the water's always pretty. And it's just a neat place to be. I really enjoyed over there, man. I've never been where you went, but I've been to Cocoa Beach and Melbourne and Palm Bay and all that area was, you know, the side that I actually had family over there at one time, and I would go there, and it was just a cool thing, man. The Causeway, and there was a place that we went. I forget the name of it, man. It was a long time ago. It's been a long time ago, but it was where the river and the ocean connected, and the fishing was just great there. They had this pier that went out, and what was the name of that place? Can't think of it right now. But anyway, Florida rocks, man. I love it over there. You know, it really is nice. When you get over there, it's just kind of a different world, man, and the whole vibe. The people are, you know, the whole vibe's different. You know, it's just a neat thing being over there. I like Florida a lot, man. I love the fishing, man. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting to be able to get to be able to do some fishing over here for some nice trout, man. The weather's kind of been whacked up a little bit here, man. It was 61 degrees this morning, and I'm thinking, golly, you know, we're usually our last cold spell here, Steve, is you know, we'll have one last cold spell before Easter. There's been times it's been on Easter day, but after Easter, then that's it. You know, it's pretty much hot or gets really hot. And so we've had this rain, this front come in, and man, it was 61 degrees this morning. I was like, you got to be kidding me, man. So I was in shorts, and then I had to put some warm ups on. Let's see what it is right now. Be interesting to find out what the temperature is outside. Okay, so it's 61 and cloudy here. So it's dropped. It went up to 63 and then it's back down to 61, which for you guys probably isn't cold at all. But here, man, it's cold for us. And okay, cool, man. Let's get whatever time you want to get on. I'm cool. Uh I don't know. If later's better for you, I'm cool, man. It'd be great. We can hang out, talk about whatever, man. It'd be great. And a lot of people are gonna really dig it, man. We're gonna have a great little show, man. We're gonna have a lot to talk about. But we can kind of keep it. I tell you what, let's do, man. You decide what time you want to come on. You can, you know, call me or whatever, and we can come on together and we can talk. Let's break it down. Let's do a 30-minute show, and then we'll do another show on another night, man. Because you and I can probably, I guarantee you, when we start talking about audio equipment and how much fun and just how great it is and all the cool stuff, I guarantee you and I can talk for 4 hours straight. So let's just do a show, maybe 30, 35 minutes, keep it around that, or 40 minutes, and then we'll call it. And then we'll do another show another night, talk something else, man. It'd be great. Get a lot of hits, and a lot of people will really, really enjoy it, man. There's so many people out there that I don't know, man. They're just learning. They're just now getting into this world of recording, and and I just remember when I first started, man, everything was brand new. I didn't even know. The only thing I knew what I knew about was what a Shure SM58 was. And that was it, man. Because that was like the go-to microphone that you were in bands with, a 58 and a 57. and every band had those two mics. But anyway, so there's a lot of people out there, Steve, that's just starting out that don't know what to get, what interface to get, what mic preamps to start out with, or what's a good condenser microphone to start out with, or maybe they only have, $500 and they want to buy a condenser mic. I don't know. There's just a lot of people that, could use, some guys that's been down the road before them, And so we're gonna have a lot to talk about. It'd be cool, man. But yeah, let me know. Oh, what is your address, man? Send me your address. Private message me and send me your address, dude. I got a shirt for you. I want to send it out to you, man. You're gonna love it. It's a really cool shirt. It's this tri-blend stuff. I love it. You're gonna like it, man. And anyway, so I got a shirt for you, just to let you know. But yeah, just let me know whatever time you want to get on here tomorrow night, and it'd be cool, man. I wanted to tell you I ran into I met someone it was actually yesterday, and I did a show on him last night. But anyway, he toured with Toto, and he did a bunch of played Rosanna. He was a bass player, and did a bunch of touring with those guys, and Johnny Winter, Edgar Winter, and he's just a great musician. And so anyway, I met him, and I'm gonna be able to do an interview with him. Wow, this dude was just had so much color, man, and just so much personality. And he's an older cat. He's older than us, but had so much to talk about, and it's just gonna be great, having guys like him and us share information, and the people that we're going to meet along the way. It's just such a beautiful thing when we can meet different people and connect in so many different ways. And it's just great when you do that. When we do that, it's just a beautiful thing to see that happen. And so I'm going to be able to do an interview with him, and this is just a neat thing that we're doing, Steve, and I just appreciate you. uh and I wanted to tell you that, man. I appreciate you coming and hanging out on the show, because so many other people are going to be able to join in and watch what's going on. And even after we're long gone, man, our videos and stuff and interviews and stuff is going to be out there. And what a cool thing. What a great thing that we're doing, man. I really appreciate you being a part of it here with me. And so just let me know, man. Let me know what you want to do. And we'll hook up and do a great show for everybody tomorrow night, man. I'm excited. I want to talk about them cool preamps and that just everything you got, man. You got some great gear. I love it, man. When I found you, I don't know how I found you, but I found you. And I ran across and I was watching one of your videos, and you were just I don't know, the first one that I watched, man. You just hit a grand slam on that video. I was like, dude, man, this guy's got it together. He knows his stuff. He's the real deal. Okay, I will. I'll message you tomorrow. But I'm talking about yeah, I'll message you tomorrow and we'll do it and we'll get you on here, man. But anyway, I appreciate you, man, and we'll do it tomorrow night. Yeah, that sounds good. Maybe I don't know, after dinner sometime for sure, Um, and if you want to get on around 8 o'clock, that's really a good time. My analytics are good at that time and whatnot. And so we'll have a we'll have a better show if it's a little later. But yeah, Sunday night would be great for me. But thank you so much, Steve. I'll get in touch with you, man. I'm gonna cut it short. I just got into myself, and when worked out, and my body's just craving food and water and everything else right now, man. But thank you again. I'm glad you had a great trip on your show, and we're gonna talk about some cool stuff tomorrow night, man. It'd be awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And I can't wait to get started, man. It's gonna be great, man. We're gonna have a lot to talk about and a lot to share with people that are just entering the audio world. Or yeah, it is. It's awesome. Or just, or maybe they're even advanced, because I'm sure between me and you, we got a lot to offer in a humble way to other people. I say that in humbleness. We've kind of been around a little bit, so I'm sure, we got a lot to talk about. It's gonna be really cool, man. So I'll give you a call tomorrow, man, and we'll set up a time. And until then, man, thank you again, you guys joining. Also, hit that thumbs up, man. If you hit a thumbs up, it keeps it in the algorithm. And what we want to do is we want to share this information so that it continues to play and other people can watch it. So that's what we really want. We want other people to see that, hey, we're here, man, and we have some nice things and cool things to talk about too. So anyway, I appreciate you, Steve, and I'll call you tomorrow. And until then, we will see you tomorrow.